I waited for almost 2 weeks for the bolts to arrive, and of course they were too short to mount the battery, so we did something different, you know, temporary. I took this picture last weekend, but I still had to wait for the XT30 connectors to arrive, and that took around 5 or 6 days. If you are connecting two batteries in parallel, you need to make sure that they are charged to the same voltage. 1 volt difference is the maximum that you can go, half volt is better, evenly charged is the best. This is what we're going to do. In order to make sure that scooter works fine with double battery, you need to change a few settings or make a custom firmware, and this is what I did. I set my firmware based on version 1.3.8 because it gives me the most smooth experience of riding it. I set the kinetic energy regenerative speed to 35 kilometers an hour, so that if I exceed this speed, the scooter will start to brake. The maximum speed in normal mode I set in 35, I will never reach it. Maximum speed in eco mode I think I set 30. Motor start speed I always set at 1 kilometer per hour, so that I just need to push a little bit and then the motor engages. Now motor power constant. If you read here, the lower it is, the more power you get. And it's not recommended to go below 32,000. So this is what I did. I went with 32,000. I never went lower. There are some settings of 27, 25,000. Maybe one day I'll give it a try, but now I stayed on 32,000. Cruise control delay 1 second always. I like it to switch on as soon as possible. I love instant mode switch, so I can switch between eco and normal mode, even though I will not use it during this test. I wanted to boot with eco mode on, and I don't need to change battery voltage limit. I want to remove the hard speed limit of 35 kilometers per hour, and this is the critical one, which actually that's the only one I really need to change. Remove charging mode. When you connect the parallel battery, your scooter might think it is charging. So if you add this one, it won't do that. And then we didn't do anything with the BMS, so we don't need to touch this one. And for wheel speed multiplier, As we use actually 10-inch wheels on this scooter, I patch it to 315 and press patch. And here we get our custom firmware, which we need to upload to the scooter with the M365 Down G application. So we are ready to go, trying to connect to my scooter. Let's see how far can we get today with this double battery. Let's check what is the speed on the app. Says 30.31 kilometer an hour on a flat road. That's a decent speed for this scooter. 32. Man, this thing is fast. I don't think I ever ridden Xiaomi M365 at these speeds. What does the GPS say? GPS also says 31.4, and it keeps it. That's the GPS speed. So 31, no problem. Let's see the temperatures. Is it heating up after 10 minutes or so? That will be the most interesting part. And how long or for how many kilometers actually this battery will last. So I'm gonna stop here for a second to check the temperatures. Right, it says 90% of the battery, so 10% off in 3 kilometers. Yeah, so we have 23, 24 temperature of the battery, and scooter 37. So the motor is 37. It's all right, and it's falling down. All right, so this scooter is equipped with 10-inch tires, and I needed 10-inch tires to fit this battery, because if you put 8.5-inch tires, your battery won't fit, or you will be almost brushing the ground. The ground clearance is not that big, and this is something to watch out for. All right, so we are approaching quite an interesting moment, and this moment will be the climb. I don't know if you can already see it up front, but it will be a pretty steep climb for this scooter. Let's see, how much speed it will have at the top, and also let's check the battery, because I don't think it will heat up more than during this climb. So this will be a good test if 30,000 motor power constant is adding a lot to the heat or not. It's a long climb. And that's a lot of sand when you're going back on a descent. Okay, shall I check the speedometer now? We started to climb. So let's use the GPS data. So now I'm still going 23, 22 kilometers an hour. 21.7. I mean, it's pretty decent. It's a steep climb. I know it from biking. I go biking here. Okay, it dropped to 20. Now the scooter is really working hard. So it will be interesting to see the temperatures when we reach the top. 17.4. So I think 17.4 was the lowest point because now the hill is not that steep anymore and we reached the top. Alright, let's check the temperatures. So scooter temperature is 45 degrees on the motor, and on the battery it's 28. It's okay. It's not a big deal. It will go down now, I'm pretty sure. And it's one of the, warmer days here in Denmark. It's a bit windy, but it's still like 20 degrees, so it doesn't get much warmer frequently here, maybe a few days a year. Now my scooter start to brake because we're going a little bit downhill. I can hear that all generation of personal transportation units is catching up, so they are faster than me on this scooter, obviously. They're also struggling up here. Hi! These are faster. Actually, it would be cool to put a decent, BBS HD kit into one of those and have it quiet and not smelling and not making smoke. So I am at 17 kilometers measured by GPS at the moment, and let's see the stats. So we have 51% of the battery left, and this is where I start to feel that the speed is actually declining. So we did 17 kilometers. I think we can do another 13 easy, so 30 kilometers range should be doable. Let's see the temperature. So 33, 32 degrees on battery and 29 on the motor. It's not heating up, so that's some good news. So let's continue going. My legs are getting tired from driving so long on the scooter. I don't need that much range. It has a good range now. Alright, so now I am at 24 kilometers mark, and my scooter is becoming a little bit vague, so the acceleration is worse. Oh, I need to check out if there are any cars. So let's see. See, the acceleration is pretty much vague. So I would say like effective range with double the battery is 23-24 kilometers. You can easily get to 25 without worrying. It's now 26 kilometers in. The wind is really now against me, and my speed is 23 kilometers an hour against the wind. Oh, by the way, it's Legoland, which is not open this season just because of the corona thingy bajingy. I just touched this little curb here, crossing the street. No damage is done, but just take a look. even this tiniest curb is now might be an issue, so you need to watch out for things like that. You can see it's touching without me standing on the scooter. Alright, but now we will not be going against the wind, we will go without any wind, I guess. And let's see what speed can I get without me fighting the wind. I'll get out my phone, try not to kill myself. So you see it's still going 25. 26 kilometers an hour. And GPS even shows 27. So that's really decent. After 27 kilometers range, I still drive 26, 27. As you can see on the right side of your screen, I reached 22.9 kilometers during this trip. My route was a circle, so half of the way I went downwind and half of the way was against the wind. So I think that's fair. My scooter has reached maximum speed of 33 kilometers per hour going downhill, and my average speed was 20 because I made a few stops to check the temperatures and so on. My battery was nearly drained and I wouldn't consider going any further than this. I would even say, to be safe, I would ride maybe 1 or 2 kilometers less. So is it a feasible upgrade for someone looking for more range for Xiaomi M365? I would say it's pretty easy upgrade from the technical point of view, because if you have a second Xiaomi M365 battery, it has the same size, it has BMS built in, there is not too many things to worry about. You would still need to make it weatherproof if you're riding in conditions like I ride here in Denmark, it's a lot of rain. And also you would need to find longer bolts to fix the battery, because duct tape can only be used for one trip. It's not a really decent way of fitting those batteries in. Now, if you ride in a city, your effective range would be something around, I would say 20 kilometers, 23 at the max, because later the scooter starts to accelerate really slowly and it's simply not fun to ride. And also, if you ride in a city, you might need to jump on and off the curbs, depending on what kind of bike path or road conditions do you have. If you have gnarly road conditions, this upgrade is definitely not for you. I would better install additional mount somewhere up on the handlebars or any other place on the scooter. Now, if you're mainly riding off town, in the similar conditions in which I was making this video, then this upgrade is pretty feasible. It keeps the center of gravity very low, and I kind of like the looks of it, especially that you can choose different colors of filament to print on a 3D printer. It was a fun experiment for me. I hope it was a fun video for you. And if you would like to see more videos around electric scooters or electric bikes coming up, subscribe to my channel. Thank you all for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing, and I hope to see you in the next one.